Hey friends, it's Hannah at Lovely Little Lives. Today I'm going to be talking about how I organize all my kids' school papers. If you have kids in school, you are going to have a lot of papers. It's just a fact of life. And every week my kids bring home their Friday folders on Fridays, and they're always stuffed full of papers. Well, more my kindergartner. My preschooler doesn't have as many papers, but kindergarten they come home with like 20 papers a week. And you gotta figure out what to do with them all. And if you're gonna keep them all, if you're going to throw them all out. I kind of do somewhere in between. I go through them on Fridays after school with my daughter, my kindergartner, and sometimes she kind of walks me through it, like what she did and what each paper means, or what she learned. Other days, other weeks, she's busy doing other things, and I just go through it myself. But we try to do it, Friday afternoon, Friday evening, like when she comes home, so that her folder is ready to go back to school for the week and it's all cleaned out. So what I end up doing, this is just a small stack. Like I said, she usually gets about 20 in her folder. What I end up doing is try to save, like 3 or 4 of the best ones, or my favorite ones, I guess, or the ones that turned out the best, or just whatever metric you want to use to save some of your kids' papers. If you just want to throw them all out, then this doesn't really apply to you. But if you want to save some of them, then a good way to do it is to just like have a number and to try to stick to that number, whether it's 2 a week or 4 a week or 5 a week, or just, stick to keeping the ones that look the best, the ones that are the prettiest, or like they did the best job on. The ones that show their work the most, just however you want to, every family is different and every child is different, so whatever works for you in deciding which ones to save. And then you sift through those, figure out the ones you're saving, and then pitch the rest. So that's what I do, is just I pitch them that day because there's just too many and it just is paper cluttered and gets everywhere. And then for the week, I just put those on the fridge, like the ones I saved. The ones I want to keep, I usually display them on the fridge for the week. So like this was from last week. These were on our fridge for the week. And then when the next week comes around and we get the Friday folders back, then I switch them out and I take the save papers that I want to save from the fridge that we already went through. I take those and add them to my school binder that I have for each child. So, and then I repeat the cycle. I just, do the next week of papers and put more papers on the fridge. So I'm going to show you here how I put these into binders and how we save them. Okay, so this is the system that I use to store all of our school papers. So once I put them on the fridge for the week, and then I have to rotate the new papers in, like I did with these ones, then I put them into these binders. These are just 3-ring binders from Walmart, just really simple. Really cheap ones, and then you just get the plastic sheets to put in, sheet protectors. You can do this obviously any way you want. This is just what I found has worked best, and it's just one of the cheapest options out there, I think. Besides just, not keeping stuff at all or just throwing it all out. But if you want to keep some of it, which is what I like to do, just keep, a decent amount that's not overly excessive and is not taking up too much space, and that's what I do with these. So like I said, I try to just keep the best few from each week of work, and then at the end of the year, if it gets to be like we have too many papers and it doesn't all fit in these binders for the year, then I'll probably go through and weed some of them out and get rid of more, just because it can get kind of overly full. But the idea is to just have one binder per year per child. It's just a really easy way to keep it all together and make it look nice. And then the other thing I usually do is at the end of the year I add pictures. So this is my daughter from last year for preschool, the Dads and Donuts and the Moms and Muffins event. So I'll just add in like some scrapbook pages because I like to scrapbook. So I'll just add in some pages of pictures from the school year and just different things they did. So you can do that. You can just do the papers. You can do whatever you want. You could even buy like the photo pages, like inserts where it's just like the photos, and just stick the photos in there throughout the year. if you don't want to scrapbook it, and just whatever works for your family. But it's just a nice way to keep the school papers without it being paper clutter everywhere, and it's in a nice display so that it's not just all stuck together in a box or stuffed into a folder and you can't even really see what's in there. So this is just a nice way. Worked really well, and I'm excited to share it with you. So if you have any questions, just let me know, and I will put some links for these materials that you can use for your own binders in the description below. And talk to you soon. Bye.